Well, hi, church, and hey, Cans.
Hey.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. No matter how your week has been, we are halfway there. So it's downhill to the weekend, and that is reason to celebrate. Tonight's pressure point that we'll be speaking into is, drumroll, consumer culture. Consumer culture.
Not so long ago, there was a simpler time when you would switch on your TV and you either watched the one movie that was on or you didn't watch the movie that was on. Where you would either go to the one fast food restaurant in the neighborhood or you didn't eat out at all. Now, today, if you want to watch a movie, you have a choice of Netflix, Showmax, DSTV, YouTube, Disney Plus, and the list goes on and on. And if you want to eat out, you have so many choices of burgers and chicken and Chinese and Indian. And again, the list goes on. And we're spoilt for choice, not just with movies or food, but literally every area of our lives.
And this is simply because every business realizes that the only way to survive is to pander to the consumer culture where everything is accessible and it's easily accessible and available. So this endless buffet of choices is supposed to make us better off, but instead it kind of makes us worse off. Simply because the more we have to consume, the more we actually do consume and keep for ourselves. You know, Jesus in his wisdom knew that this kind of culture could be our undoing. And that's why he said in Luke 12, verse 15, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life doesn't consist in an abundance of possessions. Jesus knew that having an abundance of anything could quickly turn into greed. And he knew that a culture where we simply take, and where everything's easily accessible and available can actually lead us to consume more for ourselves instead of looking for ways to contribute more towards other people in God's kingdom. And this, he says in verse 21, is just not wise.
And so we need to remember with each pressure point, our starting point of how we act is based on the theology that we adopt. So based on the theology, Jesus framed for us is how we should act. And we should act by doing what Jesus encouraged his disciples to do in that same passage to counter a me, take culture. He said, seek the kingdom of God above all else, and he will give you everything you need. Don't you love that? We avoid the traps of a consumer mindset and consumer culture when we find ways to contribute to the kingdom of God, instead of finding ways to consume for the kingdom of me. And everything we'll ever need in life is on the other side of that selfless decision.
So church, we trust that this has helped you, given you something to think about. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening and can't wait to see you again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another pressure point. Take care and God bless.